Hello, Stampers. Kelly Atchison at stampabove.com coming to you live from Menasha, Wisconsin. How are you guys doing tonight? I was just hustling to get everything ready, and I thought it was all ready until I came up here to kind of pick up my desk a little bit, and then I realized that I didn't have one of my cards cut and ready to go. Like I had a design, but I never cut it for you guys tonight. So holy moly. Like I'm like, well, I could just be leisurely. And then I came up here and I was scrambling. I see so many of you coming in. We've got Linda, Trudy, Rose, Patricia D, Ohio, Marshfield, Wisconsin, Oklahoma is in the house. We've got California, Mississippi, West Virginia, Washington, Minnesota, Utah, Michigan. Oh my gosh, you're coming in from all over the place. I am so happy to be here with you tonight. Wow. Okay, let's see. I have to kind of think what happened this week. Lots of things. Good grief. It's always such a circus with me. So, yeah, Barbara says we don't want you to get a hot flash. I know, right? So, first of all, I have to tell you this funny little thing. I decided to start a diet one day this week, and I don't remember which day it was because it doesn't matter anymore. That's an indication of where we're going with this conversation. Well, you can just about imagine. So I decided to start a diet. I need to lose a few pounds. You know, I've been gaining steady. I do like my eating. I like to eat a lot. So I decided I'd start this diet. And then, you know what happened? An opportunity presented itself and the diet was over. Haley messaged me and said, hey, do you want to go out to eat with me and Jared and the kids? And I'm like, yep, I'm in. So some wings and garlic parmesan fries later, diet over. We'll try again another day, right? Opportunities are always so fun. Okay, people are saying a little bit fuzzy tonight. Wonder why that is. I think I'm going to shut down my Facebook screen, and I don't know what that screen is. I can X that. I'll kill that one. I can kill that one. I can do away with that one. I hope that's better. I hope it like clears itself up. I don't know what could be happening. The only thing I can do, you guys, is let's see if I need to clean my lens maybe just a tiny bit. So it's going to get dark here for a second. So just hang tight. Is that better? I don't know. No change. Diana says not better. No change. I haven't touched my lens. I don't know. My windows are minimal. I don't have my computer working overtime. Maybe it's your glasses. Probably not. But I'm going to clean mine. Okay. I hope you guys had a good weekend, and just know that the other camera that I use to shoot my projects is a whole different camera, so it should be okay. So if I'm a little blurry, who cares? But when I move, it's worse. Well, I wonder if they did some changes to the software that I use. That's possible, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll be okay. Fuzzy on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so it's my internet connection, I'm assuming. So it's my face that's blurry, really? Well, I don't want to go out and watch myself because that takes a lot of time. But just know that a different camera, well, maybe if definitely not my glasses. Hopefully my desktop calendar will be a little bit different. Let's see. I'm going to pull out. Let me pull out one of my cards. Oh, I think I made this one for you guys last week. So let's switch. I'm going to switch to my desktop. Hang on. Is that still fuzzy? Can you guys see this? Okay. It's really pretty. Yeah. Okay, we'll just see. I'll flip back to my face again because I have things to tell you. There's things happening here. Oh, I need to tell you about this card because I couldn't find the rest of it last week, but I found it. Okay, good. So don't worry about seeing me. The projects are more important. So yeah. Okay. I wonder what's going on with my laptop. That's odd, but I'll have to check that out. Anyways, so Little Miss Valerie this week. First of all, I had Dawson on Thursday. He had off school Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so I had him on Thursday, and we had so much fun. We went over to Hot Rocket, which is Heckrot Nature Preserve, and we went for a short walk, and then we played at the playground, and he got to do the zip line and the slide, and we just had a special day with my boy. And then we made angel food cupcakes, which, by the way, from last Wednesday to today, you can't leave them sit out with frosting on them because they turn into hard little rocks that aren't that tasty. But I ate one anyways because the diet's over, right? Yeah. So that was Wednesday. Dawson and I had a great time. Then on Thursday, no, that was Thursday. On Thursday, Val had to go home early because she threw up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And on Tuesday, she was telling me about a boy that threw up in the lunchroom and how gross it was. And then on Thursday, she threw up. Well, sad story. Valerie had a fun run after school on Thursday, and it's a color run. And so when you run past this giant blow up unicorn, who happened to be Haley inside there, they blow like chalk color at them and it turns their white clothes all rainbows of colors. It's a super fun little event for the elementary school. And Valerie was just beside herself that she could not go to that. So after she got sent home, Haley took her home. It turns out that she just got an upset stomach because she ate too much at lunch and then went outside and was bouncing around on the zip line, and it upset her stomach and she threw up. So she had to be out of school the rest of the day Thursday and all day Friday. So she didn't get to do the fun run. But here's what moms do that are right on top of their game. I'm so happy that Haley did this. So Haley ran the fun run, right? She was the unicorn spraying color at the kids. She brought the color home and she had Dawson and Val put on white and she sprayed both of them as they ran by her multiple times. Winning. That like put mommy right at the top of the best ever list, right? So it was really cute. And last week after Val and I got done with the live, didn't she do a great job? You guys were so sweet saying how wonderful she was. She was so proud of herself. But after we got done with the live, we went downstairs and she goes to me, she goes, Granny, that was really hard work. That was really a lot of work. Like, I know, right? So a little more appreciation for what Granny does here on Sunday nights. Yeah, it was pretty cute. That's a lot of work. That's really hard work. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's a lot of work. But she had so much fun and just appreciated so much all of your kind comments because that just, I was reading them to him. Her mom has read them to her. And she just really had a good time. So that was really fun. John went up north with his wife. Steve told me they were leaving for a week. So spending a lot of time up there. Maybe I'm wrong about the thing about moving up there. I don't know, but I just don't feel like they're going to move. Steve is getting ready to shut the pool down. He's going to start draining some of the water out of it. We leave water in it so it doesn't collapse over the winter. Wisconsin winters, we have ground heaving and crazy stuff in the winter. So you have to leave most of the water in the pool so it keeps its form. But he's going to start that tomorrow, start pulling the water down. He got one of the jets fixed. I think I told you that. So that's good. Jared's going to come over and help him Tuesday night. Went up to visit let's go back to Friday. So I had Val all day Friday and I was planning to go up to my mom's house. So she came with me early while Dawson was still in school. So that was kind of nice because I got some more time with her, which is sweet. And we went to see Gigi. That's what the kids call my mom is Gigi, great grandma. That's what that stands for. So we got to go there for the weekend. And we had a nice time. The kids had a great time and they got to feed the chickens and we went out for pizza. Lots of fun there. And we took a great big nap on Saturday, which Dawson was okay with. Val was having none of it. And I had to get pretty stern with her to get her to stop fussing and go to sleep because she was so tired. And then we slept for like 3 hours on Saturday. Whoa, I felt great. I needed that more than anybody else, probably. So, yeah, Lynn says, or you can count the years until you can sign her up. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So, I got home today and took a shower because I was pretty grubby and got ready for tonight. And I thought I was all ready, but I really wasn't because I thought I had all the stuff cut for two of my projects. I did not. So 15 minutes before I'm on here, I'm like, "Brr." But I'm good. No hot flashes either, Lynn. So don't worry. How is Molly? We don't see Molly much, and she is 14, and she is the manager for the football team right now. So she's super busy. Probably going to maybe manage the wrestling team too. She gave up her cheerleading because there was too much drama. I don't know. But yeah. So what else is happening? Steve's been golfing a lot, so that's been good. He's not doing well. He tells me about it in quite a bit of detail, with some rather colorful words in there. But it's still golf, right? It's better than working, so that's good. And I really can't think of anything else that happened this week because it seems like a blur. Every week just seems like a blur. But we had a good week. So busy, 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 but good. Let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I wanted to thank everybody. Anybody who ordered with me $75 or more in October, you have a mystery bag coming, which is some fun little stamping gifts. And I have not got those together yet, but I will be working on them tomorrow. So those will be going out in the mail now this week. I'm a little bit behind with all this running up north stuff to see my mom. So I just wanted to let you know. And I'm looking at a comment that says, my mom is Gigi too. Definitely not Gigi, Gigi, because it's spelled like a stripper. I know, right? My mom's not a stripper either. Let's be clear. So I wanted to thank you guys who qualified for the mystery bags for your orders in September, and just let you know that those come from me, not Stampin' Up, and I will be getting those out just as soon as I can. And then, gosh, we were talking about things that are going out and if you placed an order of $35 or more with me in the month of September, we have the Stamp Happy live party this Wednesday. Today's the 5th. On the 8th. Wednesday, October 8th at 7 p.m. Central Time, I will be sending out an email with a YouTube link so you can watch us live if you're available. And if you're not available, don't worry. You'll still have that YouTube link and you will be able to watch the replay whenever that works for you. But Barb, Dina, and I will be stamping together again on the 8th, and we have a fantastic fun fold. So one of us picks a fun fold, and then all three of us make that fun fold with all different stamp sets and papers and colors. And it's just really fun to see a fun fold in a variety of ways to be able to do it. So watch for that email if you place, again, a $35 or more order from me in the month of September. Now, the next Stamp Happy party is going to be it's usually the second Wednesday of the month, but it's going to be the third Wednesday of the month on the 19th of November after this month. So if you place an order with me in October, $35 or more, the next Stamp Happy party in November is going to be on the 19th, because on the second Wednesday of the month, Barb, Dina, and I will be in Las Vegas. Yes. For a Stampin' Up event called Backstage. So it's a leadership conference, and we're all going to be gone. So I just want to make sure you know that. And I'm just looking to see if I have Christine. You're here. Don't worry. She lost track of time. Mike says, hi, Mike. Glad you're here tonight. Is Mike going to watch what we do here tonight? Because that'll make me a little nervous. Just kidding. Mike's a good guy. Okay, the weeks are going really fast, Patricia. It was like 80 degrees here today. It's been in the 80s. It's October 5th. That is insane in Wisconsin. Like sometimes, most of the time we get a little warm weather, but not like complete summer all the way up to here. But it is going to start cooling off. So just so we're clear on that. I have prizes to give away. I've got them right here, you guys. So please make sure that if you're new with me or maybe you forgot, leave a comment. You can just say hello. You can tell where you're coming from, but leave a comment and please give me a thumbs up. I can see that I have over 300 people watching right now. Give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out in all the computer analytics that we don't really understand, but I know it's good. So, and thank you guys for the ones that are saying, give Kelly a thumbs up. Click on that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Really, really appreciate it. Cheryl says, I'll be in Las Vegas from November 4th through the 11th to visit her aunt and cousin. Let's see. I think we're going to be there the 8th through, I don't even know, the 13th. I don't remember what my airline ticket was scheduled for. But yeah, we're at a conference at the Red Rock Resort and Casino, which is about 20 miles off the strip. Beautiful, beautiful place. So, okay. For commenting on my last live, I have these adhesive back texture dots. They're really cool. I really like these a lot. They have like little textures in them. Thus, adhesive back texture dots, right? I'm giving these away to Jackie Beckwith of Crowley, Texas. Jackie, congratulations. And thank you, everybody, for giving me that like, that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. Also, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, whether you're watching live or watching the replay later, there is a subscribe button that is down in the bottom right-hand corner. Hit that subscribe button. That way, when I have a video go live, it will give you a notification on whatever device you have hooked up. So it's pretty nifty. Okay, next up. I thought this would be kind of fun. Do you remember the basting brush, the silicone basting brush that I used last week to apply my glue on the silicone craft sheet? Well, if you missed it, go back and watch September 28th video and you will see that I'm giving one of these away. I got a 4-pack of them. And so for sharing my video last weekend, Becky White from Parkersburg, Illinois, I have a silicone brush coming your way. Now, Becky, when you get this, you're going to cut it off so that there's only like short little bristles on here. Just cut that off with your scissors and use this to apply glue. And then after you get it, after you're done, it'll just dry and you just go like that and the glue just comes right off. It's crazy. But these, I don't know who figured this out, but it was a genius idea and I really like mine. So, Becky, this is on its way to you. Please make sure you click on that share button and share my video, whether you're watching on Facebook Live or the replay. Click that share it to your profile. You never know who might want to join us for some stamping. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can do the same thing. Click on that share button, whether it's live or the replay. And that really helps me grow my business. So I really appreciate it. Next up, I have the Rainbow Celebration card kit. Oh my gosh, such cute cards with this. And it comes with dimensionals. Very cool, right? For you to put these cards together. For placing orders with me in the last week, this is going out to Brenda Butler of San Antonio, Texas. So we had 2 Texas winners tonight and 1 Illinois. Congratulations to Jackie, Becky, and Brenda. I know you're going to love this kit. Okay, I have to move that over here. I got to put this stuff over here so I don't lose it in the crafter math of what's going to take place here. What are you guys drinking tonight? I've got my wonderful strawberry lemonade. And of course, my Pigeon Forge and Raleigh, North Carolina stickers. I love these stickers. I think they're really cool. But every time I get a new bottle, I have to lose my stickers. So that makes me sad, but it keeps it spicy, right? Right. Oh, lots of lemonade and tea and water. Yes, congratulations to all the winners. And I thank you guys so much. All of you help me do what I do. And of course, if you weren't here, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So I just thank you guys so, so much. Oh, Cheryl says, one of these days you're going to draw me. Yes, Cheryl, one of these days I will. Root beer, apple cider, boring water, Sarah says. Sarah, you know that like sucks the joy right out of your life. Just kidding. It's good for you. Okay. First of all, I wanted to mention that last week, if you remember correctly, I made this card. Whoops. Hang on. My bow just fell off. Don't fall apart on me. Okay, there we go. This tower card that had the little panel that opened up. If you happen to miss this, go back and watch last week, which is September 28th. Very easy card, very cool. Okay, and it folds flat to go in an envelope, right? And I couldn't remember who sent me a card that made me make this. They didn't make me, but I got the idea from. And it was Kathy. Look at this. Isn't that cute? Kathy sent me a wonderful birthday card. And that's where I got the idea for this Christmas card. So for those of you that are on a team, or if you ever have the opportunity to do a card swap, this is where those ideas come from. I get the best ideas from you guys. So thank you very much, Kathy. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to flip my camera around. I think we're ready to stamp. And first of all, I'm going to tell you what we're making tonight. We are going to be using the More Than Autumn bundle. You guys, this is on the last chance list. And I was just thinking about it the other day going, I love this set so much. And then it came on the last chance list. And that reminded me again, I love this so much. So I'm going to make a really cute card for you tonight. And it's a fun fold. And it has a fall theme. So that's awesome. And then we're going to do a really cute Christmas card. And it is not a fun fold, but it has a matching little treat holder that I think you guys are going to love. So, all right, I am going to flip over. Let me change my glasses because I can see better when I'm stamping with these. All right, I'm going to flip over my camera, so hang tight. I always have to remember to put my face in the background. You can't see the face, but I have to remember to put my face in the background so that you can hear me. That's how I come up with no sound. Did you guys know that? Because when I switch to my desktop, I forget to put my face in the background, and that's why you can't hear me when that happens. So, oh, and Lynn says she loves treat holder ideas. Diana says she loves this stamp set. Me too, Diana. It is just the cutest little thing ever. And I need to tell you guys something because I looked it up so I can make sure I know what I'm talking about tonight. You know how that goes, right? More Than Autumn, stamp set and bundle. If you buy the stamp set by itself and then the bundle by itself, let's start over. The stamp set by itself, it's $25. The dies are on sale for $14. That means $39 for both. Most of the time when you buy a bundle, it saves you money, right? But if you buy this in a bundle, it's $47.50. If you buy it separately, one item, it's only $39. So the dies are on sale for $14, which is a really good deal. And there are 23 different dies in here. I love this set. I just can't even say that enough. So we're going to be using this bundle, but buy it separately if you don't have it and you want to get it. That's what I'm telling you. And I always appreciate your orders. Adhesive sheets we're going to use because with all of these little words, adhesive sheets are like your best friend with a set like this. I've got linen thread here. I've got iridescent foil gems. Did I really use those? I did. Pumpkin pie and early espresso. And then we're going to bring in our Memento black ink and a white ink pad. So if anybody has any questions about that, I've explained this a whole bunch of times. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you about it. And then I've got a wink of Stella and pumpkin pie and crumb cake blends we're going to use on this one. So not a ton of coloring. So for those of you that aren't real big colorers, don't panic. And then I'm using the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. And I have 3 different cards that I used different background paper on. Same card, but different background paper. So I'll show all of them to you. Don't let me forget. The other thing, you guys, don't let me forget to show you my mail. I completely, with Val on here last week, completely forgot to do mail, Happy Mail, and I have Happy Mail to share with you. So Don't let me forget that. Oh, by the way, did I say Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder? That's what this is. Okay, so let me get out my bits and pieces. I'm going to hang up my dimensions here and then bring in all my layers. So I've got this and this and this. Oh, and by the way, this is a Technique, and it is my Technique Club card for September. I'm running a little behind. I usually mail those out the first week in October, and this coming week is the first full week, and they have already gone out in the mail. But again, I try to show it to you back in the month that it's for, and I just didn't have time. So please forgive me for that. But this is my Technique Club card. And I should have put the Technique Club link under the video on YouTube, and I didn't. But you can find it on my blog at www.stampabove.com. So I'm going to show that to you right now. That's my blog. After we're done here, head over there. In the right-hand column is the Online Technique Club, and you'll get all the details if you want to know all about it. One of the things that people ask me all the time is, I'm a demonstrator or a discount shopper. How do I be part of your club? Same way as anybody else. You place a minimum $25 with me order, and you get to be part of the club. You have to let me know, though, okay? So say, Kelly, I want to join your club, and then you put your order in. Okay, here we go. We have some scoring to do. Like I said, this is a fun fold, and it's a center step fun fold card. So we are going to take our 5.5 by 8. Now, 5.5 by 8, not 8.5, just 8 inches. And we're going to score that. Let me get my arm open here. We're going to score that at 3, 6, and 7. And you know what? I forgot to mention the other thing I did on Saturday, because my weekend was so busy. I actually went to a stamping event hosted by a demonstrator named Carmen out of Minneapolis. So she came to my hometown of Nilsville, and she does this every year. She calls it a fall fiesta. I went to a stamping event where I made cards. It was so fun and so nice to relax and make cards and not put the whole thing together, right? So if anybody's watching from that, let me know, because hang on, I can bring my comments back in here, because I know some people asked what was my channel. Okay, and Mary Lynn is asking, how long is the sign-up special for? Our sign-up special, which I forgot to talk about because, well, you know, I'm scrambling, is for the whole month of October. For $35, you can get $125 in any product you want and join as a discount shopper or a business builder with Stampin' Up! Under me, I hope. Or you can spend $99 and get $189 in Stampin' Up! Merchandise. So it's a huge, huge promotion for the entire month of October, and I hope you will take advantage of it, because being part of something bigger is so much fun. And again, you can find that on my blog too at stampabove.com. This piece is early espresso. This is 3 by 6. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. Not in half, but at 4 1/4. Okay, so we have that done. And by the way, welcome to all my new team members. Like the first 1-2 days of this promotion, I got a ton of new team members, and I'm so excited. I sent out welcome emails. Lots of fun to be had with that. Welcomed them into my private Facebook group for my team members, where we have a whole different world going on. So if you've ever thought about it, or maybe you were a discount shopper or demonstrator before, and you've dropped off for whatever reason, you can rejoin. Come have some fun with us. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. $35. You get to choose $125 worth of stuff. That is the best deal, I think, because you can place additional orders and get your 20% minimum discount. Okay, so we've got both of these going on. Now I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie pieces here. So I've got a pumpkin pie piece that is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got another piece that I think is 3/4. I don't know why I didn't write that down. Three-quarters. Yep, it's 3/4 by 5 1/4. And what we're going to do with this piece is we're going to put it in our Forever Plaid embossing folder. This is one of those classic embossing folders. If you don't have this or something similar, I just think this is one of the must-haves, especially, I don't know, plaid and fall just go together. Like, I love plaid and fall. So we're going to run this through the machine, and we're going to end up with this. And isn't that so fun? So what we can do here is we can glue these right onto our step base layer. Oh, hang on. I got to get back to my screen so I can see what's going on. Did anybody? Oh, wait. Where was this? Where was what, Wendy? How long is the sign-up special for? Marilyn asked. Where is what, Wendy? Are you talking about the sign-up special? You're looking for the sign-up special. You will find all the details on my blog. It's on the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator website. Wendy's a demonstrator on my team, and it also went out in our team newsletter that I send out every Wednesday to keep everybody on my team informed of all the benefits they get to take advantage of and what's happening with Stampin' Up! We do a weekly update video where Dina Barb and I share the duties on that. And each week, one of us will take the Stampin' Up! Updates and we will make a video out of them and put additional information in based on our experience or our knowledge of whatever's happening. It's really cool. Okay, next, this little piece, I have the Gathering Together Designer Series paper. Let me grab that quick. Here we go. Gathering Together. This is the paper that I'm using right here, and it's very muted and subtle. So I decided to take this side, hard to glue that down, but we're going to do it. And I'm going to stamp on it because it's a subtle pattern. We're going to stamp on that. And then we're going to start using some of the really cool elements in the More Than Autumn bundle. Okay, Early Espresso ink. I'm going to bring in there's lots and lots of cute little sayings in here. Okay, look at all the sayings. Nothing's better than. Grateful, it's finally. Love you more than. You had me at. Except maybe you. This calls for to my hello is the best. And then all of these words, and you are the and. Right? Like a lot of different combinations. So I'm going to go with you are the. And I'm going to get this down here so I don't get it crooked on my designer paper. Whew, I did pretty good. Pretty good. And then I'm going to bring in that word fall. And we're going to use pumpkin pie ink for that. And hang on. Where was the stamping event you went to? Oh, Wendy. Okay. It was in Millsville. I was in Millsville for the weekend, and I went to the event on Saturday. And it was at the United Church of Christ. And it wasn't in Minnesota. The demonstrator was from Minnesota. Okay. And then I've got fall here. I hope you can see that. Fall. And then I'm going to bring that Early Espresso back in, and I'm going to put in to my. Okay, so you are the what? To my fall. Hang on. We're going to have some fun with this. What am I going to do? Okay. Let's get our inside in there before we go further with this. Our inside is going to be basic beige. And that piece is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got just like a little bit more than 1/4 inch of the Designer Series paper. Again, the Gathering Together. I love this plaid, and it kind of the plaid on the front, plaid on the inside, different colors. I just thought it was a nice little contrast. So I decided, based on what I'm putting on the front of my card, I wanted to leave the inside without any type of sentiment, number one. And number two, I wanted just a tiny little strip, pop of color pattern in here to leave me plenty of room to write a message. Okay. And so we're going to take that and put it inside of our step card. And I'm getting super hot right now. So I think I'm going to have to, I put my fan away thinking that, well, you know, it's October. But you guys, I think I'm going to have to turn my fan on. So just give me a second, okay? I should have a hair tie in here too. It's super hot. Whew. Okay, I hope this will help. I wonder if I have any rubber bands up here. I know I have ribbon. Maybe I can, I'm going to try to tuck my hair underneath my crown. I don't think that'll work, but it won't. Okay. Whew. All right, so this is our inside, this is our front, and now we're going to decorate this up. So I am going to grab a scrap of white and a scrap of basic beige because that matches this. And we're going to stamp our whipped cream top on the white. And our coffee, hot cocoa, pumpkin spice, eggnog, cider, whatever you need this cup to be. We're going to put that right on our basic beige. And this is where we're going to do a little coloring. So this, I'm using black ink. I'm going to put this cute little pumpkin in here because we're going for the pumpkin spice look. Now you guys know that I really love summer, but if I have to get away from summer, fall is my next favorite. I love all the beautiful colors in Wisconsin. We have gorgeous, gorgeous colors on the trees. So now I'm taking pumpkin pie and I am just going to do some of these little pumpkins kind of all the way up the edge of my card front or my envelope. Just like that. Just a little pumpkin-y decoration. I'm using my chamois to clean my stamps off. I just put that in a clear stamp case. That works really good. Okay, ink is put away. Now for this. This is super easy. We are going to take our Wink of Stella and we're going to color in this whipped cream because sparkly whipped cream is obviously a no-brainer better than unsparkly whipped cream, right? Look at how pretty that is. I hope you can see that in the camera because I just love the Wink of Stella on there. And then we're going to do a little bit of coloring on here. So I have my dark pumpkin pie and I am going to just add some dark lines to my little pumpkin and then come in with my light pumpkin pie stamp and blend marker and blend those just a touch. And then I'm coming in with my dark crumb cake and I'm going to add dark right up here, dark right down here. I think I heard Steve just come in the house. He was building some type of a storage container today and it was so horrible, he said, and it made him so mad. It was completely ridiculous that he actually just loaded it in his truck to take to the recycle center because it was just a piece of junk. He was so mad and it cut him several times. I felt really bad. Now, I want to show you how silly this looks right here. Can you see how just ridiculous? Like, Kelly, what is that? Just keep blending. And you can look like an amazing little artist here if you just keep blending that. And it just gives you a little bit of highlight there. And it turns out looking pretty cool. I like that I can be like really artsy without being really artsy. Okay. Now, we are going to take our dies and we're going to die cut this. We're going to die cut this. Okay. We're going to get that done. Nothing fancy there. Just die cut. Here comes. Oh, I'm going to have to do that one. Hang on. We're going to do this one for real. I thought I had one cut out, but it was actually a boo-boo. It was kind of cut in half. I'm going to tape that down with some temporary tape. Okay. Hang on a second. here it comes. Tape off of there. And here's what we have. Isn't that so cute? So cute. Okay, let's put this back in here. Then we're going to take the spice. Oh, and here is our whipped topping. We got that. I'll put that back in here. The other things that I'm going to use is this little leaf and the word spice. So, here it is. I'm like, where did our piece go? We'll set those aside. Now, I've got a scrap here of pumpkin pie, and this is where the technique comes in, you guys. This is packing tape. It's 2 inches wide, so I made my paper just a little bit wider than that. And I'm just going to put this packing tape on here. And the only reason I'm folding it over the edges is so it doesn't stick to stuff, but you can make it a little bit smaller. What I just did there makes no difference. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to take our adhesive sheets, and these come 6 by 12, and you get 12 sheets of this with one pack. Again, it's called adhesive sheets. This stuff turns your die cuts into stickers, is exactly what it does. So again, this is just clear packing tape, nothing fancy. And I'm going to, you want to cut your adhesive sheet a little bit smaller than your layer that you're going to use it on. So I'm going to just take this on the back of my packing tape layer and do this. Okay. Oops, now I'm sticking all over. Hang on. Oh, goodness. I had some adhesive on my finger there. Well, thank goodness we don't do that because it kind of smeared it all up. But we only need a tiny little piece here. So I see I got some bits in here. Let me get those out. I am going to put that on here, and I'm going to die cut that. Okay. So when you die cut that, it's going to look like this. Die cut. This is the adhesive sheet on the back. That's the spice words. We got that done. The other thing that I did is I took this little leaf. I wanted an olive leaf and a pumpkin leaf. So I took the little leaf, and I don't have packing tape on the front. Here it's just regular cardstock with the adhesive sheet on the back. Remember, this is part of my technique club. So there were a bunch of these that I needed. So I die cut a pumpkin pie leaf and an old olive leaf out of paper to turn them into stickers. So here comes those, and they have the adhesive sheets on the back. Okay, next what we're going to do, oh boy, hang on, things are falling, is I'm going to come in here with this, and I'm going to add this to the front of my little step layer with some liquid glue. Remember, this is designer paper, so it's always kind of cool to stamp on it. If it's got a real mellow little pattern, you can do that. Okay, then we're going to take our spice word, and we're going to, what I'm going to try to do is pick the cardstock off of the backing here. However you can get that backing off is whatever works for you. But see that backing, oh, it's not staying. Sometimes it stays in there and sometimes it doesn't. I was going to try to get it to stay in there, but no worries, because here it comes off right here. See how that's working? I'm just going to peel it off. I'm going to take this, and what I've done here is I've created a faux embossed look. This looks like it's embossed, like it's glass, and so does this word now. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So does this word. So I'm going to stick this right to my little layer here, and then I'll hold it up so you can see it. It's very, very cool without the work of embossing. With like clear embossing powder and a heat tool and Versamark. That's what I've done there. So this is, I took the background left over and just stuck it on here because you can see that it's all shiny and then a little not shiny. This is faux embossing. Oh, and I spelled that wrong, so that's great. So everybody, see you add should just be add shiny packing tape to a strip of cardstock, then add the adhesive sheet to the back, punch or die cut from the layer, which is what we did, remove the adhesive backing, and adhere to the card where desired. And isn't that cool? And it does look like glass or clear emboss. So this is my technique for the month. This is the card that my Technique Club members are going to get. We're going to put some dimensionals on the back of here, and then we'll put those leaves in place. Thank you, Linda. Yes, the packing tape is really cool because it's so easy. That's the part that I love about it the most, is it's so easy. You don't need any special tools to do it. Maybe you don't have a heat tool or embossing powder yet. Maybe you have never, jumped into that embossing technique. This is another way that you can do it. That's pretty cool. And if you think about it, anything that needs to be shiny, like maybe a glass, this is a good technique to die cut a glass or a pitcher of lemonade or something like that. Okay, and here goes our whipped cream, and love that sparkle on there, that whipped cream. I just love that. And now these leaves are a little different because the inside of them, oops, I thought that was my take your pick tool. The inside of them come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the outer edge off. These are a little fragile, so you want to be careful with them. I'll show you in just a minute what we have going on here. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle these down the side, and you could put more on if you wanted to, but that's what that leaf looks like, and that's what's left over. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I see where it's kind of coming apart here a little bit from that backing. Let's see if I can keep that going. If I can get a hold of it. Use your take your pick tool, Kelly. I hope my hair isn't sticking in the camera. I'm getting pretty close. Okay, there we go. And then I think we'll just put this one right down here. That's where I put the ones on the other cards in. Oh my good grief. How cute is that, right? Okay, now we're going to hatch this. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, two. Always two. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this from side to side. I'm going to glue this to this little front panel here. So I'm just going to put my fingers in here, show me where that ends, and add some glue. And then I'll just bring this right in here again. And you're going to put it flush with the bottom of your card. And again, this is called a center step card because there's steps in between, right? Hold that on there so it gets glued down good. And then this little back panel that's right back here is going to get glued right here. So I know that I need glue right here at the edge between here and here. And I'm going to put glue right here at the edge. And then I know that it will only be where it needs to be. Look at how cool that is. Okay. Not done yet. We're going to bring in some embellishments. And I like these little ones with the gold flecks in them. I thought that would be pretty cool on here. And again, these are called the iridescent foiled gems. One of my favorite. They don't take away a lot from a card. They just add that little bit of sparkle that I wanted here. A little bit of sparkle. There we go. So you can see how pretty those are. And then we've got this, of course, linen thread, because why wouldn't you put linen thread on it? I don't know why you wouldn't. So I'm just going to take and tie a little bow, single bow, nothing too fancy. We don't need a lot of oomph here. We kind of have a lot going on with all of our leaves and our, you are the spice to my fall. And curl up a little mini glue dot. And this is going to be a perfect little addition to this card. And it's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Rustic. My cup is kind of rustic looking. My little Pumpkin spice is kind of, oh, I think I'm going to take a little bit off of here. I got a little carried away with that. There we go. Here's our card and our matching envelope. It sits up just like this. Very cool. Easy. This is an easy, fun fold, you guys. And again, don't forget that all of these dimensions will be on my blog about an hour to 2 hours after we're done with this live class tonight. And thank you guys for the bless you. I appreciate that, Mary. But here that card is, and here is the Technique card. Now, this is a card that all of my Technique Club members will get this month. They'll get it in the mail probably this week. It's for our Technique Club orders from last month. And all you need to do to be in my Technique Club is to pop me an email and say, Kelly, I'd like to join your Technique Club. I will put you in the membership list. And then for the month of October, I'll have a totally different technique. This is for September. And you will get this instruction sheet with the technique on it. And you'll also get a card made using the technique, which is that faux embossing technique that makes it look embossed. I just love this technique. Super easy. So there you go. Again, if you don't have this More Than Autumn stamp set and set of dies, it is on sale right now, but I recommend that you buy the dies separate from the stamp set. Don't buy it as a bundle because the sale is not on the bundle. Look at how cute that is for Valentine's Day, you guys. Like, I always keep all my little bits and pieces in here that I don't use when I'm stamping. But yeah, lots and lots of great opportunities here. There's some cider, some apple cider. What do I have going on here? Just some more things. Those cute little donuts. There's some more apple cider. This is just the cutest little stamp set ever. And so many different sentiments to go with. So just wanted you to know this is a great option. And maybe you already have this. And I wanted to then remind you, get this out and use it. It is fall. And you can use this all the way through Valentine's Day and beyond with the donuts, right? Or hot cocoa, just winter in general. Super fun. Okay, let me get my little mess cleaned up here so we can bring out a little bit of Christmas. I think you guys are going to love this one. I know you're going to love it. Okay. All of these over here. I'll leave this right here. And, oh, now, did anybody remind me that I have 2 more cards? Nope, I forgot 2. So I can't yell at you. Okay, so this uses the Gathering Together Designer Series paper. Remember, I used the plaid on the inside of that card. Now I use it on the outside. And I use the leaves in the background. So we've got this and this. And I used Cajun Craze instead of pumpkin pie. Okay, a little bit different. Same on the inside. So that's what I have going on here. And then this is I think it's called Autumn. Yep, Autumn Toile Designer Series paper. That's this paper right here. And I used the pumpkins and these little like baseball lines, I call them. And I made this one. So the same card, just different Designer Series paper in the background. And then the last thing that I did was I came up with the pumpkin pie, and I really liked these, but I think I like this one the best. Which one do you guys like the best? The Autumn Toile, the Gathering Together leaves, or the plaid folder? You let me know. I'm going to get out my stuff for the next card. Okay. Oh, love them all. Okay. Gathering leaves. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool looking too. Right? And then I wasn't sure about the Cajun Craze for my pumpkin. And this is a little more vintagey looking, whereas this is a little more fun and just fall. Vintage, fun, and fall, and then really fun and fall. That's the way I looked at it. Thanks, you guys. Thank you. I always like to get your opinion on these things. Okay, next card. We're going to bring in a little bit of modern Christmas designer series paper. Now, this is a specialty paper. I've shown it. Oh, I showed it last week. Remember? Whoops. Hang on. I almost destroyed this when we made this card. This is the same paper, the modern Christmas paper. And while this card is super elegant, we're going to make a really fun card tonight with it. That's a little bit not so elegant, but more fun. Okay. I am going to be using the Festive Friends. This is a stamp set and matching dies. Really, really fun little dies in here. We have Christmas trees. We have this big tag. We have snowflakes. We have some very interesting little elements here, which is fun. This tree and this tree, as well as some diamonds that match the little diamonds in here and the outlines of the different, I almost said characters, but images. They're not really characters. Okay. So let's get our cardstock out here. I've got some blends that I'll tell you about. Real red ink pad, and also we're going to be using that Memento Black again. Wink of Stella. And here we go. Okay. So, one other thing that I brought in here. We have this new Christmas Words collage dies. This is a hybrid embossing folder. So, we have this die that matches this folder. And this folder has all the Christmas words in it. It says, Happy Christmas, Noel, Peace, Dear Santa, Ho, 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 Holly Jolly, Let It Snow, Love, Season's Greetings, Merry and Bright, Cheer, 'Tis the Season, Magic, Merry Christmas, Hope, Joy, fa la la la, and last but not least, Good Tidings to You. So, lots and lots of different sentiments in here. Now, you can rub a brayer on here, and then you can drop, let's see, I had to figure out how to do this. You can drop, here we go. You can drop this folder in here. Kelly can figure it out. There we go. Drop this folder in here. It kind of snaps right into place. Put your cardstock in here. It will cut these out and emboss them at the same time. You don't have to do brayer colored ink in here. But this is very, very cool. We are going to be using the embossing folder. We're not going to use the dies. But once you die cut these, if you were going to use the dies, good grief, I can't even get back in here. If you're going to use the dies, you have like all of these. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 or 22 different sentiments with one pass through your die cutting machine. So that's pretty cool. We're also going to be using the traditional sparkling sequins. These are really fun. They're flat, completely flat. I really like them. And let's bring in all of our bits and pieces here. And I'm going to put my dimensions up here. You know, genius status, right? And here we go. Bits and pieces, bits and pieces. So I've got 2 scraps, Real Red and Old Olive. My card base is 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. Now, Deb wants to know why my Take Your Pick tool has red on the end of it. This is what she's talking about. Well, Barb came up with a brilliant idea because when you take this off, it's clear and I lose it all the time. Don't you guys lose yours on your desk? You can't find it. So she suggested to take Sharpie marker and paint the end a color, and then it won't be so hard to see all the time. So that's what I did. Pretty smart, right, Deb? Okay, then we have black. Our black is 4 by 5 1/4, and then a white layer that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and also a white layer that's 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to take the 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, And we are going to put it in our embossing folder. And I wanted the jolly at the top middle of mine. So that's what I did. I just ran it through like this, okay? And once you do that, this is the layer that you have. And I'm just using this as an embossing folder for this card. I just thought it was really cute. So we've got that going on. Then, let's see, we're going to stamp the inside first. That's our other white layer. So let's do that. And this is the card that has a matching treat holder. So I'm excited to share that with you because it's really cute. What I'm going to do, we wish you a Merry Christmas. And we're going to put that right in the middle of that layer with the black. And then we're going to go with the real red and the snowflakes. And I thought that was just a really cute little design. And that's all I needed. Now, I also need to, hang on, I'm going to get out an envelope because I forgot to do that. And a little piece of printer paper. And we're gonna add some snowflakes. And I'm just kind of moving this around so that my snowflakes don't look really uniform. And I've got that paper in there so that I don't go over and stamp onto my envelope. And isn't that cute? Perfect decoration for that. All right, close up that red. We need a scrap of, well, that's not big enough. Let me bring in a scrap of basic white here. I'm going to find one that's big enough and not too big. I don't want to be real wasteful. There we go. Do that. And I'm going to stamp my little Santa Claus right on here. Isn't he just the cutest little guy? Short little stubby Santa. And then let's do our coloring. So what I've got here is I've got real red blends, and then I've got the base or the light basic black, and I'm going to use the light one. It's rare that I ever use the dark basic black. I haven't had a lot of use for that because I don't want everything to be so charcoal black. So this is black, but not blackout black, I guess is a good way to put it. So just his little boots there with the black. Then I'm going to come in with the light petal pink, and that makes a really good skin tone here. Oh, it looks like my petal pink is getting a little dry. I'm going to have to get, I've got another one in the shadows waiting for me. Because I knew this one was getting a little dark. So we're just going to do his little face there. Oh, don't forget his little ears. Those little elfy ears sticking out there, even though it's Santa. And then the red. So I've got my dark red. And wherever you feel like you want to put some red shadows. Whatever moves you. I think. Maybe I'm going to do some more up here. I kind of like all those shadows. Blending opportunity that makes me feel like I'm a rock star artist. And just keep blending again until you get that definite line out of there where you put the dark. And I'm going to bring this up so in case anybody's new here, you can see what I'm talking about. See how this right here, you can see where I did the dark like that, and it's not very attractive. You just keep coloring that, and it will blend right in. And it just makes you look like you've really got that shading over on that side. That's how cool you are. Be one of the cool artist kids, right? Okay. Now, I'm looking to see if I missed any comments. I would love that Christmas word set, but oh, Louise, I'm so sorry. It cost her a fortune to fix her car. Darn cars. I've said for years, I just hate cars. I hate them. They are nothing but a money pit. Just hate them. And of course, you have to have them. But when they don't work or cost you a fortune for something, my tire pressure sensor light is on, which is so stupid. You know what? I think his gloves are supposed to be black too. I'm pretty sure Santa has black gloves, right? Let's do those with the light black. But that light is on, and I sent a picture to Steve. I'm like, what is this all about? Because I've had tires be low before. And when my tires are low, it actually shows me a picture of which tire is low and how much pounds of air it has in it. It's crazy, the technology. And so then I know that my right front tire is low and I need to stop and get air, but this is different. This is tire pressure fault something or another. It's really stupid. According to Kelly. Okay, I'm going to die cut that. But yeah, car problems are horrible. Just horrible. Okay, I didn't tell you what I had for supper tonight. Steve was cooking this week. He made like some beef tips and gravy with mushrooms and egg noodles. Oh my gosh, they were so good. And then, I don't want him to hear me, but then he made a chicken fajita, like casserole thing. And I found out, I didn't know this, but he doesn't like rice. And I just really never realized that. And I said, maybe that's why you don't like Chinese food. He goes, yeah, I'm not big on rice. 30 years we've been married. I did not know this. So anyways, I'm going to do dimensionals. He made this fajita dish, but he doesn't like rice. So he told me after it was done that he didn't put rice in it. And it was kind of soupy because he put all the liquid in. So he's kind of a novice at things like that, I will tell you. Like, he doesn't correlate that if you're not going to put the thing that's going to make it thick, the rice, then you can't put as much liquid in. So he's learning. Anyways, I'm going to do this little tree. We're going to die cut that on here. We're going to die cut a little snowflake out. And then this little weird thing. We're going to die cut that too. Okay, so we're going to get all of these die cut. And I lost my little piece of paper, but that's okay. Hang on. Oops, I just lost. Here we go. Hang on, I lost my little snowflakes right there. Okay. And then we're going to take this big label die and we're going to put that on the fa la 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 paper. Okay. I thought I had an extra piece out here, but I don't. So I already die cut that. Okay. So this is where the designer paper comes in, you guys. It's like, oh, finally, she is using it. Was not telling a lie. Okay. Now, this little piece, I'm sure you could stamp some of the little words in here. Like you could put the to and from would fit in there. Santa Claus is coming to town would probably fit in between here. So this could be a label. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to make it the little tag topper. It's going to be like the little tag pull thing. Okay. Oh, you know what else I need? Hang tight. I need to grab my twine. Hang on. That's a brand new one. I don't want to use a brand new one. Okay, found it. I had a brand new pack of these, and I didn't want to open them until I used this up. So this is our black and gold and white twine. You get two different rolls of it. So we're going to use this. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use some glue. I'm going to add a little glue to the back. Oh, come on. Oh, I left it out too long. Hang on. Anytime you leave it out too long, if you just pull on the end like that, you can see that I just got this little dried up piece of glue. And then I'm going to put a little glue on here. Oops. Oh, yeah. It's going to go up all the way. Now, that little star diamond thing matches up with the little star diamond thing in the tag, which is pretty cool. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and glue this. Oops, there's my little glue. Dried up glue. Put that on the front. Look at it. Oops, man. Put this on here straight. There we go. Look at how cute that is, right? So that's what I decided to do with it. So now we're just going to kind of build things here. So I'm going to put some little dimensionals. Well, some regular size dimensionals, not little, but a couple dimensionals on my little tree. And I'm just going to build a little scene here with my Santa and my little Christmas tree. And you could certainly use this for a Christmas tag, right? To put on a present. Do that. And then I'm going to tuck this little tree right down under here, just like that. Look how cute that is. And then this little snowflake is going to go right up here. So I'm only going to put a little bit of glue on that side because it's going to hang off the tag. Make sure I got the glue in the right place. Hang off the tag. We're going to take one of these little gold circles. Do I want a little one? I think I want a medium one. Oh, here's the medium ones. They're small, medium, and large in all of these pretty colors. So I'm going to do this one right there. Okay, there's our little tag. Then, where did our card go now? I have completely lost it here someplace. Oh, here it is. Comes our card. We're going to put this together. There we go. So my brother has a trail cam out by his stand that's near the pond on my mom's property. And he brings the SD cards in with a card reader so my mom can look at them. Because, of course, she loves wildlife. She's a big hunter. And she loves the wildlife. And he had the buck on there that I told you guys about last week that I saw in the field behind my mom's house. And if I counted correctly, it was kind of hard to see because the deer was super close to the camera and we never really got a full body shot, just his horns. It's a 12-pointer. Massive 12-pointer, you guys, like crazy. And then I'm going to take this little guy and put him right on here. Just like this. Oh my good grief. Is that not the cutest little thing ever? And a little bit of this. I wanted to take and tie a bow right around this little tab. I thought that was the last little thing that I really needed on here was a little bit of this. Let's see if I can get this tied on here. A little bit of this black and white and gold trim. So I'm going to do my scissors. There we go. Mess around with this a little bit. There we go. Oh my gosh. So cute. Ah. And then a couple more of these because why not? That's what I'm saying. Why not? And we'll grab a little one and maybe put that right over here. So we have that Christmas bling going on. This back in here with our little envelope. Isn't that so cute, you guys? Now, I could see stamping out a whole bunch of these and coloring them in front of the TV while I'm watching Christmas movies Or even now I'm watching scary Halloween movies, but super cute. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Isn't that fun? I have a treat holder that goes with this. So hang tight. Let me get this out of here. I got to get all this garbage picked up. Thank you guys so much. Did I miss any questions? It's raining in Windsor, Colorado. Darn it. It's supposed to rain here tonight too, Cheryl. Okay. Air pressure sensor might need to be replaced. Both our sensors went out and cost over $75. Yeah, I hate those sensors. There's just another reason, Kathy. Another reason to hate cars, right? Another reason. Okay, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Because we're going to bring in that next project, which is right here. Whew. All right, I'm starting to cool off a little bit. Gosh, I got so hot. Like it was a hot flash, but not because I did anything wrong. Okay, here we go. There's all of our little bits and pieces. I already have my my little snowflake is already die cut for this next project, okay? So I'm going to give you the measurements for this, and I'll probably make a template to go on my blog. So later tonight or tomorrow, you can go there and you'll see a template that you can actually look at that will help you be able to cut this right or whatever. So we're not using that. We're using gold because that's classy. And I want this to match, and we have those gold embellishments here. So, and the gold in that twine. Baker's twine. Is that what we call that? Baker's twine. Yes, baker's twine. So I've got a 1/2-inch strip of gold foil, and this is 4 3/8 inch long. I've got a little real red snowflake here, and that's from the dies. And then I've also got some tear and tape. So this piece of designer series paper, I made this wrong the first time. So I'm going to really tell you, like, watch out if you have a definite pattern. This, not a definite pattern, but this I want to be right side up. So if you have a definite pattern, you need to pay close attention. I would recommend that you do this on a scrap piece of decorative paper that has a definite pattern if you're going to go that way before you cut your good stuff. So we've got 5 1/4 this way by 4 3/4 this way. Okay. We're going to bring in our paper trimmer, and we are going to score from the top. So we're going to score at 1 1/4. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, and it matters what side we're on here. So we're going to score at 1 1/4 from the top. Hang on, I got to make sure, because I don't want to steer you the wrong way. Where's my measurement? Here we go. Yep, okay. Nope. From the top. This is my little piece. So if I'm going to go like this, it's going to be upside down. So this is, okay, yep, I'm doing it. We're going to go with it. If I mess it up, I'll tell you. 1 1/4. Is that the right way? Yep. 1 1/4. Remember, don't score too hard on designer paper. And we're going to go with 2 1/4 and 3 1/2. And I'll give you those measurements again, okay? So this is our 5 1/4 inch, okay? So you're going to put your shorter 4 3/4 up against here, and you're going to score at 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 3 1/2. Okay. Then we need to score here and here, and we are going to score at 1 1/4 on each side. So we're going to go 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. Okay. Have I lost anybody yet? Is anybody going like, oh my gosh, I can't even. Don't do that. Stick with me. This is pretty cool. Okay, so 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 3 1/2. Okay. We are going to start cutting. Here we go. We're going to cut up to the score line, up to the first score line, just like that. We'll do that on both sides, up to the first score line. Okay. And then we're going to cut all the way down to the second score line from the other end. Just like that. And same on the other side. To the second score line. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, we're going to leave a little bit of a tab. Here's that score line, but we're going to leave just a little bit of a tab there. Okay. So we got this going on. Right? We're going to do the same thing here. A little bit of a tab. See how that is? A little bit of tab. Okay. We're going to do the same thing over here. Instead of cutting on the score line, little tab and a little tab. Just like this. Just like this. Now, I'm going to take and do the little pie thing on the inside here and the outside. We'll just cut a little piece of pie off, a little sliver. Same thing here. It just helps things fold better. And it looks, I don't know, you're going to fold it up, doesn't matter, but it's just a good idea. Trust me. And one more right here. So those are little pieces of pizza. So this is what our thing looks like. And now we're going to fold down these lines. Right here, right? And then right here. And then right here. Okay. Now, this is 1 1/4. This is from here to here's 1 1/4. From here to here's 1 1/4. This is 1 inch. And that's where I kind of messed up the first time I did this with the fa la 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 la. My fa la 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 was upside down. That's what I did. So we're going to put this in. This is what we're making. And let's see, how did I do this? Folded this all the way around. Okay. We're going to glue these down. This is going to get glued. The tab, put the glue on the tab, glue on the tab, glue on the tab. Probably tear and tape would be a good idea. I think that's why I had that out there, but I kind of forgot to use it. So we'll just hope that this works out okay. And we're going to square this up so it meets nice. Square this up so that meets nice. Just going to hold it for a second. Yeah, tear and tape's a good idea here. But Kelly just was so darn excited to get this together. And maybe glue will work just fine. We'll see. Okay. Square up those sides so they look good. Okay, so this is what we have here. And you're like, well, Kelly, that's kind of dumb. Stick with me. It's not dumb. I promise. What we're going to do here is we are going to push these sides in just like that. And now we have a little triangular box. And what does that look like that will hold, you guys? Does it maybe look like it will hold some Santa Claus kisses? It will hold 3 little kisses. And look at how stinking cute that is. And of course, you could buy different colored ones. I actually did go out and get gold ones. So if you, if this is a little more kiddish than you would want, these are from last year. I wouldn't eat those, but these are not from last year, and they look pretty good. And actually, I have been eating them, as you can see. But either way, I'm going to eat. These have almonds in them, which I love. And the little kids don't like the nuts in the candy, so it's a win-win, people. And here's our little container. Now, what are we going to do with this? Like, this will be like, okay, Kelly, that's cool. But, well, that's... Oh, this is where I use the tear and tape, guys. I was not crazy. So what we're going to do here is we are going to score this little piece, or you can just bend it around, but I recommend you score it because sometimes the foil kind of folds crinkly. It's weird. But we're going to score this 1/2 inch by 4 3/8 inch piece at 1, 2 3/8. I measured this out for you because I did just fold it around on a scrap. And 3 3/4. So let me have my little these on here. These would make great little secret Santa things to put on people's desk at work. Super cute ideas. Fold here, fold here, fold here. We're going to put this around our little treat holder just to make sure. And I want the seam to be like probably on the bottom. Yes, on the bottom. You don't want it to be too tight, okay? I'm going to flip this around because this is going to be my front. You don't want it to be too tight because they have to just like kind of slide it off, okay? So make sure you don't make it real tight. I'm going to grab a little bit of tear and tape here. And that's going to hold our little treat holder together. A little piece of tear and tape right in there. Oh, that's hanging over the edge a little bit. You know how I hate that. There we go. Okay, push it down good. Get that, take your pick tool out, and peel that back on. Okay. Here we go. Again, don't push it too tight. You need to be able to, yep, that needs to be able to slide off of there. And don't score your gold too hard either because you don't want to tear it apart. Okay, so here's our little thing. Then we're going to take and we're going to put a little dimensional, little mini on the back of our snowflake. And we're going to put that on here. And then that dimensional is going to help hold this little dot on there. And I'm going to grab one of the medium ones and set that in the middle right there. Oh my good Lord, you guys. Is that not the cutest little thing ever? So now we have this and we have this. So I want to tell you about this. I am part of a tutorial group that we do a 12 weeks of Christmas tutorial. And each week is a different project that has a card and some type of a 3D item. Some of them will be candy holders. Some of them may be card holders. Some of them may be like a little separate gift card holder, whatever the case may be. This is a gift that I give to all of my newsletter subscribers. So if you are getting my newsletters, you are going to get this tutorial. And I usually send 2 a week out so that I'm done well before Christmas so that you actually have time to make this stuff. I don't want to go right up until the last day of Christmas, the last week of Christmas. Then you don't have time to make any of this stuff because you're like too busy. So I usually send out 2 projects, which would be 2 cards and 2 3D items per week. And if you're a subscriber to my newsletter, you will get these. Now, if you're on my team, you will get these, obviously. And it is a PDF. It's pictures with a PDF. Well, actually not a PDF. Instructions, all the dimensions, all the goodies to be able to make all of these items. So now, it's not the 12 weeks of Christmas. I misspoke if I said that. It's the 12 weeks of holidays. So we have fall in there where you get all the instructions, all typed up instructions, pictures, dimensions, and also Christmas, maybe Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, or New Year's. So it's the 12 weeks of holidays that I share with you to all my newsletter subscribers. Now, under the video on YouTube is a place where you can click to subscribe to my newsletter if you're not already getting it. feel free to do that because I'd love to have you on my newsletter list. That's the way that I keep everybody updated on what is happening with Stampin' Up. And like this last week, for example, there were quite a few newsletters that went out, but usually I don't send many. But I almost always include some type of a card idea, picture, and all of the ingredients, dimensions, and written instructions for the card idea. So it's not just about, oh, Stampin' Up is having a kit sale that starts on the 6th, which they are, by the way. 3 days only, 30%, up to 30% off some of our fabulous kits. Make sure you check that out. I just sent out a newsletter about that. I also posted it on my blog. It starts, I'm pretty sure, tomorrow, 6th, 7th, and 8th, I think. Is that right, you guys? Somebody will tell me. I was gone all weekend, so let's see. I'm going to go check that out. But I do share all the things happening with Stampin' Up. Yeah, the 6th through the 8th is when that kit sale is happening. And again, up to 30% off. But I always share card ideas. So even if you're not interested in buying anything right now, or it's like, oh, you just placed an order, you don't need another one. There's ideas in there. And I can't imagine any stamper that wouldn't want card ideas with all the dimensions and instructions and pictures, right? Like that to me would just be crazy. So here's my projects from tonight. This is my online technique club where everybody gets this instruction sheet with the technique and the card with the technique, something different every month. And then this is my tutorial that will be part of my 12 Weeks of Holidays series that goes out to all my newsletter subscribers. So if you have trouble finding that link and you would like help with it, just private message me on Facebook, or you can pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com, and I would be happy to send you that link. There's my email address right there, so you'll find that. But yeah, lots and lots of fun. Okay, did I miss any questions, you guys? I'm always afraid that I'm going to miss questions, but it's so hard to talk and think and do. And will it hold a chapstick? Helen wants to know. Helen, that's an awesome question. Let me see if I don't have a chapstick here. Dang it. But I do have, I have this little sniffy thing. That's probably about the same size as a chapstick. That's a great question. I love that question. Let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same size as a chapstick. Wait, I have some in my drawer, I think. I have some in my prop drawer. Let me grab one. What a fantastic question. Oh, I'm seeing them. They're there. Hang on. This is natural ice. This is one of those little sniffer things, and it's, my friend gave it to me. It's to stay focused. You guys are laughing right now. Okay, so this does fit in here as a chapstick, but you can't pinch the sides down. So you would need to make it a little bit longer, okay, so that you can pinch the sides down, because otherwise this doesn't close. Does that make sense? Whereas with these kisses, they are, you know, tapered at the top, and that allows you to do the pinchy on the sides, and then for the flap to go down, and your belly band to go on. Oh, let me see if I can get this back on here. Oh, I can. There you go. Whew. My God, what did I just make? But yeah, so great question, Helen. Thank you for asking. Yes, it could even hold candy corns, Melanie says. Great. Will it hold Hershey nuggets? Yeah, it probably will. But again, you'd have to put just a couple in because you need it to do this for that front. Or you could make it a little different size. So yeah, play around with it. Like I said, you make it. This was a scrap of paper, and you can see that my orientation was wrong here, because I've got all these little mushrooms on here, and this went like this, and my mushrooms are sideways, right? So that's how I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. So anyways, good questions, you guys. I like the ideas. Lots and lots of good ideas. Or you could fold up cash. I know it'll fit cash, Luann. That is a really good idea. Thank you guys so much for all your kind comments. I am just thrilled to be able to bring you some really good ideas. And am I still going to share cards? Yes, I am. It's 8:35. We can do mail, can't we? I think we can. And if it's getting too late for you guys, I totally understand. Come back tomorrow and just fast forward right up to where I do the mail. Okay, here comes mail. Got some great mail. I always get great mail. Great mail to share. Look at this one. This is from Shelly Sapp. Oh my gosh, Shelly, this is so pretty. She said she's just sharing. I believe this is one of her swaps. Look at how pretty this is. This uses that Traditions of Christmas. And this is, I'm pretty sure me, Barb, and Dina are using this. Nope, we're using the Modern Christmas. This is part of the online craft class that Stampin' Up! Is doing this month. The Traditions of Christmas. They're using the suite, but look how pretty that is. This is from Shelly. Shelly, this is absolutely amazing. Beautiful. Gorgeous. All right. And then I got another card from her. I have to share it with you because she is once again sharing. We love sharers. Look at how pretty this is. Again, this is from Shelly. Whoa. Right? This is a beautiful, beautiful suite of products. Traditions of Christmas, you guys. Shelly, thank you so much. I just so appreciate you sharing those with me. Okay, then this little jewel came from Kimberly Milan. And I should have shared this last week, but again, Val was on here. I almost call her Haley all the time. She looks a lot like Haley. But Val was on here, and I just kind of lost my mind. Look at candy corn. You know, Kimberly. Kelly loves some candy corn. Look at how cute this card is, you guys. This is our sweater set. This is a set that's in the online exclusives, I think. And she says, I saw this card, immediately thought of you, the candy corn, praying for your mom. Thank you so much. She's dealing kind of with the same thing with her mom right now, but look at how cute this is. Kimberly, you are so sweet, and that was so thoughtful. Thank you guys too. While I'm there, my mom continues to get cards. I saw a card from Luba, and I saw a card from Lori Watts, and there was another card there too. And I think maybe it was Suzanne's. You guys, she still, every time I see her, shows me the cards and goes, "I'm just in awe over your team members and the people that follow you that are sending me cards. It's just the nicest thing ever." So thank you guys so much. She just loves them. Absolutely loves them. Okay. Next up, we have this beautiful card. This came to me from Deb Sethinger. Deb, look how beautiful this is. This is in our, I think that's our annual catalog, right? I'm pretty sure. This is so, so pretty. Absolutely love this. Gorgeous card. And she got a prize from Prize Patrol last week. So yay, she got a new chamois in a case. So yeah, you are very welcome, Deb. Thank you for sending this amazingly beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. And then she shipped me the Go-To Greetings stamp set, which is absolutely beautiful, to give away as a door prize. So Deb, thank you so much. I definitely will be doing that. Yes, because this is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. So thank you so much for donating that. And next up, we have Linda Grady. Look at Linda's pretty sunflower card. So beautiful. So, okay. So Linda was having trouble commenting on YouTube, and we went back and forth in emails like a whole bunch of times. And I just kept at it. I said, just hang in there, just have patience. We'll figure this out. And we finally did. And I think she was not logged in. So if you're not logged in and you're watching on YouTube, you have to log in to be able to comment on YouTube. You must be logged into an account. So if anybody else has problems, let me know. I can help you out. Me and Linda got through it. So that was really sweet, Linda. Thank you so much. But it was my pleasure to help you. Next up, we have a card from Trudy. Trudy Hudson, look at this. Look, oh, she's got a wobble in there. Super cute. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween. And she's thanking me for the snowflake embellishments that she won. Trudy, you are so welcome. Thank you for the cutest little card ever. Love it. And one more, you guys. Is that right? One more? Yep, I think so. Okay, here we go. This is from Amanda Road. Amanda, this is one of my favorite little sweets, you guys. I love this stamp set. I love this paper. So, so pretty. A mixed meat, pretty, not prettier, mixed media. She got a Happy Mail. So you are very welcome. Thank you for sharing your beautiful talent with us too, Amanda. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so do I still have people here with me? It's going to be getting pretty darn late. I'm going to go back up here. There we go. Look at all the mess we made, you guys. Who's coming over to help me clean this up? That's when Val was like, wow, that's a lot of work. I'm like, yeah, I know. But it's the funnest job in the world. I love it. Okay. Don't forget, we have that big join special, $35. You can join my team. Try it out. You will love it. I promise you. We also have, I can't show these to you yet, brand new online exclusives that were just made available to us last week as pre-order. That's one of the benefits of being on a Stampin' Up! Team is you get to pre-order the new mini catalogs and the new online exclusives. And you can add the new online exclusives to your shopping cart when you go in there to select what you want. $125 in product for only $35. Only $35. You get free shipping. It's a no-brainer, you guys. Do it. Any questions, let me know. I know I have some new team members waiting for me. I was gone this weekend and I did not even open my computer. So I will be doing that probably later tonight, getting you guys all onboarded and into our fabulous Facebook group where we have so much fun together. Be part of something bigger. Give it a try. It's the best deal we've probably ever had on a starter kit. And if you don't like it, no foul. Nothing happens to you. You just will eventually drop. You have until the end of April before you have to do anything to maintain and stay as a Stampin' Up! Discount shopper. So there's absolutely nothing to lose. Any questions that I have not answered? You have any questions about joining? I will put a link. There is a link under the YouTube video to join. When you click on that see more under the video, there's more information. There is a link to join. You cannot go over $125 for $35 or the $189 for $99. You can't go over those amounts when you're selecting your free stuff. So just so you know. Any questions, let me know. I'm always happy to help you. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday night with me. It means so much to me. Give me a thumbs up, share my video, click on that subscribe button, things are backwards sometimes. Bottom right-hand corner on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. I will see you next Sunday. Be there. That was kind of bossy. I'm a little bossy. All right, you guys, have a great night. Have a wonderful week.